JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 12th of January 2023. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Thursday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our jfdbrokers.com website, which you can always check out for more information about us, guys. So now then, let's jump into the charts. So yep, after quite a lengthy absence of mine, so yep, let's resume these sessions, guys. So the sessions will go further as normal, well, tomorrow and next week. So yep, hopefully we can try to squeeze something out of this market right now. So let's jump into Nikkei. I'll go through some of the instruments that where I left off last time. So yeah, Nikkei 225, guys. Looking at this picture here, we can see that after we had some support in between these two levels here, the 25,520, 25,622, we kind of rebounded from this area. I talked about this. And I said that, hey, if we rebound, we could go back to this upside support line to test it from underneath, which we did. But not only that, we actually overshot it and we pushed further north. So look, what I also mentioned was that if we do break back above this upside line, well, to be honest, I'll get a little bit more excited with the upside rather than the downside. Now, certainly, we'll have to go step by step on this one because we do have a bunch of areas of a few areas of resistance, key resistance. So the first one being this one, the 26,620. I'm gonna keep an eye carefully on this one because look, if we do push through this one, then we also push above the 21-day EMA, and potentially this could attract a few more buyers into the game. So the next pit stop here could be, well, this is where I need to do some adjustments, I think. So previously I've looked at those levels there, but I think that my next target will be somewhere around here, the 27,165. Certainly, if this continues to, accelerate, then it's time to look at this little area of resistance. So just bear with me one moment. Somewhere around here. In between these two levels, but hey, let's not rush into anything. Let's first keep our eyes on this 26,620. This is my next target. If we clear it, then yes, I will go a little bit more to the upside. Now, Shanghai Composite, very quickly on that one. Look, I mean, this one's also doing what I wanted to do because it's popping above this area, the 3,145, and as I said, that if we pop above it and stay above it, then yes, I'll go higher. My next target is the 200-day EMA, but if that gets cleared, then it's the highest point of December. That's what I'm going to be aiming for, the 3,226 zone. Look, in terms of if you remember, if you joined me previously when I was covering Shanghai Composite, I was talking about an idea of a of a potential head and shoulders pattern here? Well, for that, as you can see here, I mean, I needed to see a good rejection somewhere around here, somewhere below that 3,145 level, and there we go. We didn't get that. We started breaking this, so that's why the head and shoulders pattern for now is off the table. Maybe we could, again, there's a lot of possibilities here. I mean, we could maybe go a little bit higher, test this area, drift back down, so form something, maybe a double top here or something like that, with the neckline being here. Either way, guys, I mean, the best probably scenario for the downside is around here. I get it, it's a huge area to be missing out on. Look, I would say I will try to keep it simple as long as it stays somewhere above this 3,145 or this 121-day EMAs. If it stays somewhere above this, then yes, I'll continue aiming to the upside. If it starts falling below it, well, then I will start looking at the 3,100 level again, and if that gets cleared, well, guess what? I mean, yeah, further declines are possible. So yeah, let me just put an arrow somewhere around here. The German index DAX, and there we go, lift off, guys. I mean, perfect technical move here. Look, if you remember in the beginning, or should I say at the end of December and the beginning of January, I was talking about this one, and I said that, hey, if we stay below this territory right here, the 14,200, then there is still hope that we could see further declines. Well, but if we do break above this 14,200 and stay above it, I will go higher, and my initial target will be this area right here near the 14,600 territory, which we managed to reach. And then, as you can see here, I mean, I had my other arrow. It said if we break this, then my next target is the 14,925 level. So, as we can see, we reached that one as well. So, what's next? Well, next, basically, we're currently keeping an eye, of course, on that psychological 15,000 mark. We came very close to testing it yesterday. So, today, let's see what's going to happen. Can we go and reach it? Well, to be honest, I'm kind of hoping that we could, because we're currently not far from there. We're currently sitting at around 14,967 level. So really not far from there. So yeah, if we clear the psychological 15,000 mark, guys, I am going higher, and my next target, and this is where I'm going to put this on the chart, my next target could be around this 15,736 level. And then of course I can say that, yeah, we'll go further north. We could go somewhere here, and 16,283, 84, something like that. But hey, that's quite ambitious for now. Let's keep it short and simple. Let's first focus on that psychological 15,000 mark. Currently, I would say I will aim for it, but I will only aim for that 15,000, and then I want to see what's going to happen after. Will we get a clear breakout? Will we get like some sort of a hold up or something like that? If we get a hold up, then you need to be very careful because for the next couple of days after that, because maybe we'll be coiling up here, or not maybe coiling up, maybe just ranging. The market will be deciding what it wants to do further. But at the moment, at this point in time, I would say it looks quite positive, and there is hope that we could see a further move higher on this one, at least for a little bit. The S&P 500, there we go. Look, I mean, this is where I left off when I last time covered this index, and as you can see here, basically the violation happened here. I talked about this highlighted zone right here, the bottom one, the 3,912 territory. So I said that if we clear it, then I'll aim for that 3,990 zone right here, marked near that 200-day EMA here, shown as the black line. So yep, so far so good. So far, yeah, it's traveling in that direction. So let's see if we can eventually reach this. This is going to be my target for now. Of course, ideally, this is what I would like to see. I mean, I would like to see a further move north, but hey, let's go slowly on this one. First, I'm aiming for this 3,990, and then of course the psychological 4,000 mark, which is just fractionally above this 200-day EMA. If the index starts falling back below, and this is where I need to adjust a few lines here, guys. So if it starts falling back below the 3,912 level, I'll start looking at some lower areas. But I'll probably get more excited with the downside if we do fall somewhere below this 3,878 territory right here, marked by the inside swing high of the 3rd of January and near the low of the 10th of January. And at the same time, if we drop below this area, we could see a move towards the 3,764-65 territory, and at the same time we would be placed below all of the EMAs back on our daily chart. So kind of a win-win here for the bears. But yeah, we need to see that move happening first, but for now I am leaning more towards the upside. Dow Jones Industrial Average, guys. Yeah, this one's also trying to climb higher. And look, coming back to the kind of not coming back, but we're still on it. But just about the U.S. indices, don't forget that we do have a bit of data coming out, guys. Yep, this is something to keep in mind because today, today's Thursday. Today we have the U.S. CPIs coming out, so be prepared. That's just like an hour before the US market opens, so prepare for that and be careful with that. Anything can happen, guys. I mean, at this point in time, if everything stays the same, then yes, I am leaning towards the upside. But if something, something comes out that the market doesn't like, guys, well, I mean, prepare, for maybe a bit of a decline here. But look, in terms of the declines, now this is where I want to adjust a few arrows, lines. This one I will get rid of, no longer needed. So for the downside, I would prefer to see a drop below the 33,418 territory, somewhere around here, in order to go maybe a little bit to the downside here. Because look, if we do drop below this hurdle, the one that I looked at as a resistance barrier before, now it could take the role of support. So if we do drop below this area, we would also drop below the 21-day EMA, and we could shift towards that 100 and the 200-day EMAs then. Now after that, we could go towards this area, this key support zone, the one that I mentioned before, and then so on and so on. But look, at this point right now, yes, if everything stays as it is, I am leaning towards the upside. Oh, and by the way, in terms of the CPI numbers from the U.S., I mean the headline year-on-year number is expected to decline. By the way, so hopefully we get something like that. But I don't know. For me, it looks like that is something can come up between the forecast and the previous number. So the previous number was at 7.1 plus 7.1. The forecast is plus 6.5. So let's see if we can drop below the 6.5. But yeah, at the moment, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we'll get a number in between. However, again, let's not do a lot of speculation here. For now, let's just focus on what we have, and then let's go from there. DXY, the dollar index, so of course something that will be waiting for the CPIs to come out, of course, is the dollar index and the dollar traders. At the moment, the technical pictures looks like this. Now, previously, look, I talked about this before, and I said that if we do pop above the 104.55 territory, I will get a little bit more excited with the upside, but we need to be very careful with the 200-day EMA and this 100-day EMA as well. And if you remember also, I kind of mentioned that, look, I mean, we could see a breakout here through this falling channel. We did get that, but it seems that it wants to resume the downtrend. Let's see if that can happen, and if we can actually get some sort of a move, further south. Look, at this point in time, I would say as long as it stays below the 103.45 level, yes, I will continue aiming to the downside. But given that we do have a a bit of an eventful day today, then I would say, at the moment, observe the price action. But like I say, as long as it stays below the 103.45, I will aim lower. Don't get me wrong, false breakouts do happen and can occur, but take that into consideration as well, guys. I mean, if you do, let's say in the scenario, if you're shorting right now and you're putting your stop loss somewhere around here, what could happen? I mean, you might get the direction, but like it might spike up very quickly. Let's say hit the 21-day EMA and then drift back down by the end of the day, and of course that would cause a lot of frustration. So that's why position yourselves carefully, or in general just wait for the news to come out. You rather take a smaller profit rather than trying to capture the whole move, the whole swing. So just kind of enjoy it, enjoy smaller profits instead, rather than going for maybe for the ultra kill or something like that. If you're lucky in that, great, congratulations, you're doing good, but not everybody can do it. Jumping into gold, guys, this one's interesting. So there we go. We broke the upper side of the rising wedge pattern that I talked about, and what it means that it's no longer a rising wedge. Now, one thing for sure that worked out nicely here, I talked about this previously, this decline to 1833 territory did work out nicely, and we did rebound from it and pushed higher and moved through the upper side of the rising wedge, so we can get rid of this. Now I'll leave the upside line here, taken from the low of the 23rd of November. So if you're now looking for some higher levels, then guys, well, it's your lucky day. As long as we stay above that 1879 territory, I will go higher. However, if it starts falling and stays below this 1879 territory, then we'll get another false breakout here, and well, maybe this could lead to a bit of a retracement here, a bit of a retracement to the downside towards this upside support line. But again, as I said before, I would need to see the index staying below the 1879. If it doesn't stay, well, I mean, it could continue. If it doesn't stay above this 1879, then yes, we could see a retracement. If it stays above this, then well, we could continue moving higher, guys. And then my next target could be somewhere maybe around here, roughly around this 1910 territory. But again, we'll reevaluate things later if we do see the commodity staying above the 1879 zone. WTI oil, very quickly on that one. Look, this one's a bit of a tricky one. I mean, look, I talked about this previously, and I said that if we drop below this hurdle, 76.83, my next target is the 73.36, which we managed to reach. And then if we, drop and stay below this one, then I'll aim for that 70 zone. Well, I mean, we got the reversal here instead, and we're pushing back higher. Now look, I mean, for me at this point, I will take a very conservative approach here, and I'll wait for ideally a shift through this whole highlighted zone right here. Now it's not like a specific level or anything, but it's rather than an area between the 81 and I would say 81 and 82 territory, 82 levels. If we clear that, then yes, I will go towards the 100 and the 200-day EMAs. For the downside, I would like to see a drop. Well, actually, now I would like to see a drop somewhere below this area. Let me just let's make the arrow smaller, because my next target will be around here, guys. So if we do drop below the well, it's not actually 73.36 anymore. I think it's going to be more of a 72.50, something like that. So that's the current lowest point of January. If we fall below it, I will go to the downside further south. Now let's jump into a few pairs, or should I say crypto pairs. Look, ETC USD, if you remember a while ago, before kind of my little break, I talked about this and I said that, hey, if we do pop back above this 18 territory, I'll go higher. And so far, so good. Look, I mean, the 22.17 territory was almost reached. But I think that it's time to readjust that, because I think it's better now to mark certain other areas, like for example this one right here, this area around that 20.77 zone, approximately around there, guys. I mean, this is not a specific level because it could, just continue oscillating around it. But one thing for sure, you can see that there is a holdup. There is a holdup below the 108 EMA. So in order to go higher, I need to see a clear break through that barrier, and the barrier being the 20.77 area and this 108 EMA. My next target then is the 208 EMA. AUD JPY, truly jumping into a few pairs. Look, this is beautiful because AUD JPY, I talked about this one and I said, and I've marked this this area. I said, look, after we had that strong reversal back to the upside, there was hope that we could go and, clear this downside line taken from the high of the 13th of September. And we did clear it, but we failed to stay above it. And we're drifting now back to the downside. Now, am I giving up here, or should I say, are the bulls giving up here? No, there is still hope. There is still a chance, but yeah, still the break is needed. I need to see another break here, and I need to see the daily candle staying, the body of the daily candle staying above this downside line. And then slowly I'll aim for the 200-day EMA again. If that gets cleared, then it's the 100-day EMA, and so on and so on. But at this point, I'm just observing the price action. Now, in terms of the downside, from where I would like to start looking at some lower levels, probably it's from somewhere around here, I would say. I'm sorry, nope, not here. Somewhere maybe around here, the 89.82 zone, approximately around there. And if we clear that, then yes, I will move a little bit to the downside. AUD USD, so this one's a little bit boring, I would say, but hey, maybe somebody can see value in it. So if you can, great, congratulations. I am happy for you guys, but at the moment, for me, look, the only value that I see here is that we are coiling up here. On the shorter time frame, you can see it, that we're forming something of a little triangle pattern here. So yeah, basically we had our breakout here, to the upside. We moved above the 200-day EMA. We're now above all of the EMAs on our daily chart, so this could be seen as a positive. And if we do continue to trade, let's say, or if let me just rephrase that a little bit. So according kind of to the TA rules, let's say if you have something like that right now forming like a triangle pattern or something like that, then the prevailing trend was to the upside. So that means that the further this could be seen as a continuation pattern. So it's kind of preparing for another push higher, which, to be honest, I wouldn't mind, because I would like to see a test of this upper side of this weirdly shaped formation. But I cannot even, let's say, it's not even a veg here, because it's not even a channel here, because we're having a lot of empty space here. I'm just marking the peaks here at the moment. Look, it might not carry any significance. I think that this is me trying to see something where it's not, so don't really focus on this too much. But I'll keep this on my chart for now, because I have the 0.70 territory right here. So that's my next target, the 0.70, the psychological 0.70 zone. So if we clear the upper side of the triangle, then yes, I will go higher. For the downside, I would need to see probably a drop somewhere below this 200-day EMA, just to get a little bit more excited with the downside. Now jumping into AUD and ZD very quickly here. So yeah, this one's interesting. Look, I mean, this is one of my favorite pairs. I mean, if you haven't figured that out before till now, I mean, yeah, I'll say it again. This is my favorite, one of my favorite pairs. Very technical. Look, at this point, I mean, what we're seeing here is a potential idea for a breakout. 1.0883, that's what I'm watching here for the upside. If we clear it and we stay above it, then yes, I'll go higher. For the downside, look, I will have to readjust my, I think, my level. So previously I talked about this 1.0765. I think I might keep it for now, but I will add an additional one right here. The low of last week, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Sorry, the low of this week. I do apologize. The current lowest point of this week, near the 1.0780. 1.0798, approximately around here. If we fall below this, next target is the 21-day EMA. But if we clear that with this level, with the 1.0765, then yes, further move south is possible. USD JPY, just a quick update. Look, I mean, I talked about this downside line previously, and as you can see, we violated it and we drift back down. So I think it's ignoring it. So let's get rid of it. So now, what can we do here? Now, if okay, this is a little bit confusing, but if you do want to see or try to see something here, then look, I think that we might try and draw something like this. Let me just put this on the chart. Look, this is, again, don't really, I mean, focus on this. I mean, this is just, again, trying to see something where maybe it's not. If this somehow ends up being the case, if this is a diamond formation, which is not a very attractive one, of course, then we could see some moves to the upside. It could be seen as a nice reversal signal. Now, however, to simplify this whole thing, is better probably to stick to 134.50 for the upside and 130.40 for the downside. That would probably simplify life instead of kind of trying to, you know, guess something here, just to be, like I said, just to be on the safe side, because, well, we don't want to start losing here. USD CAD, guys, very quickly on this one. Look, after breaking the lower side of this little range, we drifted lower, but then we kind of climbed back inside this range. So I mean, I started totally ignoring it. So yeah, I think it's time to get rid of this. I think we can just leave the upper side here. This could be a good level for the upside. Let's wait. We're currently seeing a bit of a retracement here, which is fine as well. Look, I think that it's better, even instead of the levels, to stick to just to stick to EMAs, because we're currently oscillating around that 100-day EMA. Look, if we do push a little bit higher, but we struggle with the 21-day EMA, I will consider another decline and move back to the 100-day EMA and then to 200-day EMA. Another thing here to kind of just to mention, again, this is like me trying to see the future or something like that, but hey, we had quite a kind of significant time already when the 21-day EMA was not below the 200-day EMA. So for example, from around here, from around April of last year, it was kind of pushing higher. Then yeah, it moved back to the 100-day EMA. It moved back here, and then it pushed higher, and then look at this, we had a beautiful move here even further north, and now we're kind of pushing lower. So if you try to draw a trend line here, something, let's say on our RSI, then you'll probably notice that we are in a bit of a decline here, and you can see that, you know, the same story here is on the USD CAD. Now we're, you know, maybe you were expecting a divergence, but hey, you know, it's not. It's not. So and we're saying that the 21-day EMA is trying to move lower here, so maybe we could see that crossing, you know, later on. But hey, let's not rush into anything. There is still potential for the upside. We could see some spikes higher, like for example here, back on the 6th of January, because look at this. I mean, we pushed higher, we spiked, we cleared the 21-day EMA, and we quickly dropped back lower, back to this 100-day EMA. So be careful with that, guys. GBP and ZD as well. So this one's one of my favorite becoming so far. We're still within this falling channel, and I'm waiting for a clear breakout. I'm not going to invent a bicycle here, guys. I'm going to stick to the same rule. If I do want to go higher, I need to see a clear break here through the upper side of this falling channel. For the downside, I would like to see a drop below the 1.8958, and then we can go from there. GBP USD, guys, looking at this picture here, you can see that the push happened here through this 1.2126, and we are now above all of the EMAs. Now, if we can continue trading above all that, I will go higher, and my next target is the 1.2444, and then I'll go from there. For the downside, I need to see a drop below the 1.19 territory, and then I'll go lower. Simple as that. EURUSD. EURUSD, after a beautiful break here of this upside line, we drifted lower now. We are moving nicely here to the upside at the moment. However, we could class that as a temporary correction. Look, we're still below the 21-day EMA, so it's kind of a hold up here happening. If you're looking for some higher levels, I think that previously I talked about this upside line. Now we can get rid of it, and now I can just stick to my level, the 1.5686. If we clear that, then yes, I will go a little bit more to the upside. For the downside, a drop somewhere below this 1.5445 could do the trick for a few more sellers. Euro CHF, boom, guys, there we go. Finally a pop out here, and yep, a pop above this 0.9957 territory, of course above the psychological 1 level as well. So everything's quite nice, working out nicely, but yeah, we're currently getting a hold up near this 1.0046, which is quite okay, because look, this is one of my levels that I said that I'm going to be watching, and yeah, we're currently getting a little hold up here. In general, I would say as long as we stay above the 200-day EMA, I will continue aiming to the upside. My ideal scenario here is a move towards that 1.0220 territory, somewhere around here, but let's go slowly on this. And finally, EURUSD. So yeah, pushing back nicely to the upside. Okay, since I last time looked at this, I think I have to admit I need to get rid of this rising channel. No longer needed. What I said before was that if we do, let me zoom in here a little bit. If we do push above this 1.0736 level right here, marked by the high of the, or should I say the highest point of December, if we clear that, then yes, I'll go higher. My next target is the 1.0787, which is around here, the highest point of May. Currently getting a nice hold up here, but if that gets cleared, yes, further north I could go high. Yes, I could go higher further north, and I could go for that 1.0936 or even above that. Now, in terms of the downside, this one's a tricky one here, because look, I think we need to kind of raise our standard here for the downside, and I think that we could look at some lower levels from a break below the 1.0736. If we do drop below this, we could drop below the 21-day EMA, and yep, we could go for that 200 and the 100-day EMAs. So guys, that's it for this session. I really hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your views, your likes, your comments, guys, everything. So really do. So thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. By the way, keep your eyes on the CPIs today, US CPIs, so be careful with that. And yeah, as I said, I'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock GMT time. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.